Hello and welcome everyone to the Fantasy Adda. Hi Nikhil, how are you doing?
All great, all great. Thanks to Josh Butler's excellent century yesterday. Could not have been more happier with that call.
Absolutely, everyone won yesterday. I'm sure all the
Yeah,
viewers who are watching, it was a fantastic day for fantasy cricket for all of us. Now, Nikhil,
yeah,
moving on to before we move on with the show, I would like to
yeah,
ask and address the question that we've started this new
yep,
questionnaire kind of a thing. Who is the most
yeah.
capped player for Pakistan in T20s? Now, guys,
Ooh,
whoever gets this answer right will have to answer in the YouTube comment sections only on YouTube. And if you get it
yeah,
right, you can win exciting prizes, hopefully a signed merchandise from Red Lee.
yeah,
So, a lot to win for. And all the people who
yes,
are watching it, please subscribe on YouTube and then comment in the comment section. Now,
yep,
moving on to the first segment of the show, Nikhil, straight up, wasting no time.
yep,
It's South
yep,
Africa versus Bangladesh, a big game for both teams.
yep,
Bangladesh have a lot to prove, and South
yep,
Africa have had this miraculous run. I don't know, somehow they've got their form back. So, Nikhil,
yep.
wasting no further time, who would be your top 11 picks for this big game that we have today?
Yeah, it is indeed a big game for Bangladesh. They have never beaten South Africa in T20s. I think six games in a row now. They've lost to
Right.
South Africa, so they will be up against it. So again, my team is based on South Africa. The wicket-keeping section has Quinton de Kock, the star player. He's back up top, and I expect him to get a big score soon. We saw one keeper do it yesterday. I think today is the day
Yeah.
for Quinton. So Quinton de Kock is my keeper. The batting, because there is no Shakib now, I think there is a lot of responsibility on Mahmudullah and Rahim. So
Right.
those are the two batsmen that I've picked for Bangladesh, along with, of course, Naeem Sheikh, who's done well at the top. The one guy that I've taken from South Africa in the batting section is Riza Hendricks, purely because he's opening
Okay.
the batting, so he's getting the bulk of the best batting conditions. So Riza Hendricks makes it to my batting section. In the all-rounder section, I've gone with the three informed guys in terms of Dwayne Pretorius. He's taking wickets for fun at the death. We've talked about taking death bowlers, so Dwayne Pretorius makes it to the side. Aiden Markram has always been in the thick of
Oh,
things, be
wow.
it catches, bowling. So that in that regards, Markram becomes an important pick. And the third one is Mehdi Hassan, the guy with economical bowling, takes catches, can be promoted up the order now. So I think
Right.
that will make for an interesting viewing. So Mehdi Hassan is the third all-rounder. In the bowling section, the first pick is Mustafizur Rahman because you think you will back his cutters to come good today, hopefully. So that happens. The two South Africans here, sorry KG, there is Shamsi who makes it to my side because of his good form, and then
Oh,
it's Nokia again. Nokia,
fantastic.
I love Nokia the phone. I love Nokia the bowlers.
Wow, this is surprising to me at a
Yeah.
very at a lot. It's very debatable and not picking a
Yes.
Kagiso Ravada and going for a
Yeah.
Nokia. I mean, nothing against Nokia, but it's a
Yeah.
very tough call to make, isn't it, Nikhil?
Yeah, again, but then and fantasy we're going and on pure form. Yes, we
Yeah,
can obviously try Kagi Sorabada in multiple combinations when we play this. But I think this team, if South Africa bowl first, you can drop one of the Bangladesh bowlers for Rabada for sure. So that
right.
said, coming to the captain, vice captain bit, no brainer here. Markram will be my captain again because he's a reliable guy. We know he can do both bat and ball and takes important catches. And I'll continue with Nokia as my vice captain because he's had multiple
Wow,
wicket hauls in at this venue. So this is my side for today for the first game.
it's a brilliant, brilliant 11. I think Rabada not being there could put a lot of doubt in most people's minds. But then
Yeah.
you've been an expert and you've got us to win a lot. So I don't
Yes.
question your decisions. Now, moving on to the
Thank you.
sports under
Yep.
fantasy, Nikhil,
Yep.
this time around we have got a set of rules that I would like to explain to all the
Ooh.
viewers so that they can understand this segment much better. So the fantasy
Yes. Yes.
rules for the sports under fantasy are you have to obviously head to sportsunda.com. You can select whichever game you want to play. You can create your fireside team, and there's no budget limitations. Two batsmen, two all rounders. Two batsmen, two bowlers, and one all rounder, like you all know.
Yeah.
And then you can select a
Yeah.
captain with double the scores and unlimited changes before the game
Before.
starts. So this is something
Yeah.
phenomenal. There are a couple of more rules if I can just read it out here. Players are allocated on the basis of their performance, as we all know, and you can play
Yep.
and share the codes and play it with your friends as well. And leaderboards will be
Nice.
generated on a daily and weekly basis. top of the leaderboards can win exciting merchandise from Brett Lee. So we are just waiting for someone to just
Yeah.
come and take all those goodies from Brett Lee. So guys, please click on
Yes.
the link below so you can be directed to the Sports Adda website and you all can play this game. It's quite fun. Now, Nikhil, no,
Yep.
not wasting any further time. Out of these 11 players, who do you think are the top five picks according to you? It's very difficult today as well because no Shakib Al
Yeah.
Hasan, so you have to make a very important decision and intuitive as well.
Yeah.
So, who are your five
Yeah.
picks today?
So I'm going with Quinton de Kock as my first batsman. A no-brainer there. I mean, he's the guy
Right.
who can do a lot of damage up top. The next guy in batsman is Mushfiqur Rahim for me. He's been the guy who's done a lot of. He's got a lot of scores for Bangladesh. Hopefully, with no Shakib, he'll step up. You can pick Mahmudullah as well if you want in that regards. So those are my two batsmen. My bowlers are Andish Noki and Tabre Samsi because again, informed guys, they've been taking wickets for fun. And
Right.
now with no Shakib, I feel Aiden Markram slots into the all-rounder role pretty well. And because he's my main captain of the classic fantasy, so I'll continue with those five informed guys. You can pick Rabada as well. There is no objection there. So please go with your gut feel. As we saw, there are unlimited changes till the match starts. So go ahead and make your changes as per the pitch and toss once the news is out.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah,
And Nick, Crick Crazy Nicks is what
yeah,
you have called your Twitter handle, and you have been
yep,
tweeting a lot about how to, how the game goes, and you're just
yeah.
very well known in this circuit. So, what is that one tip
Thank
that
you.
you would want to give someone when you want to, make and take these tough calls? You should go on it. You should go on your intuitions, or you should really go on what you feel that the ground reality is and the teams, how they play.
I think the important thing is to firstly know the 11 who are going to play,
Yeah,
and then there will be
yeah.
some data for each one of them. At the end, look at the data and just close your eye and decide what you're feeling about it. If you feel strongly about it, go with it. If not, go against it. It's as simple as that. Just visualize the game and then just back what your heart says.
This is not an easy job what you do because it's so easy to get wrong, more often than not.
Yes.
Now, moving
Yep.
on, Nikhil, to picking the man of the match predictor. Okay,
Yep.
so here as well, we have a couple of rules for all the viewers
Yep.
to understand this game better. So, users will get 100 coins for every match. Coins will be split up in a maximum of 10 players, or you can use it all on one player. And then, once you've submitted a team, you cannot change it. This is not like the Sports
That's
Adda
important
pick
point.
five-a-side
Yeah.
fantasy. This is quite certain that you have to be sure of what you're picking, and users
Yep.
shall pick. Sorry, the winning points will only be given if the player you've picked is the man of the match. So that's actually a no-brainer. Else there's no point
Yep.
picking up a Quinton de Kock if Markram gets the man of the match. So coins will be
Yeah.
allotted in the multiples of 10, and users, leaderboard will be updated every day, and top five winners shall be announced after the tournament, and that's going to be fantastic, and winners will receive an email from Sports Hunter with the steps to redeem the prize. So it's not that
Nice.
complicated, but just have a look
Yep.
at it once and see if you all like it. Now, Nikhil,
Yep.
going ahead, man of the match
Yep.
predictor, who is your pick for today? It's a tough call, big game for both
Yeah.
teams. Please take it
Yeah.
away.
Again, I'll go with my first choice in terms of Quinton de Kock, who I feel will definitely come good today. So, 30 coins for Quinton de Kock to come good. 30 on my favorite South African bowler right now. That's Andish Noke. Uh, so
Okay.
so 30 there. Your favorite Kagiso Rabada makes it to my man of the match predictor.
Yes.
20 coins.
Come on.
20 coins. Because again, if South Africa bowl first, he will be eager to put on a show. I remember he took, I think, six on debut. It was against Bangladesh only,
Yes.
if I'm not wrong.
Bangladesh. Good point. Great point.
So,
Yes.
which is why I
Right.
think that Rabada could make a difference today. So that is Rabada, and 20 coins for the Bangladesh counterpart. That is Mustafizur Rahman to do well with his cutters.
Right. It's a brilliant, brilliant, safe bet
Yeah.
here. I really
Yeah.
love the one thing about you I love the most is that you really back the bowlers. In this
Yeah.
batsman dominated sport that is it has become over the years, you are
Yeah.
someone who really goes out there and is like, I'm going to make Nokia my vice captain. And that is
Yeah.
something that I really, like about your predictions and projections. So fantastic.
Thank you.
Now moving on, guys, I'll repeat the question. I mentioned it earlier
Yes.
to all the viewers who've
Yeah.
just tuned in. The question for today is, it's on the screen right now, that who is the most capped player for Pakistan in T20 cricket. Now, guys, whoever is watching, please answer only on YouTube comments, on the YouTube comment section, and follow us firstly on Sports
Yep.
Adda on YouTube. Now, if you comment right, and one lucky winner one lucky winner can win a signed merchandise from Brett Lee.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic. Now, talking of the second game now, Nikhil, we have a big game on our hands. This is a big
Yep.
game because, Pakistan will be playing Namibia. When Pakistan's name is involved, it becomes a big game in
Mhm.
itself, especially
Yep.
in this T20 World Cup, the way they've played unbeaten so far. So,
Yep.
how do you take this game? Do you think that a Namibia will be a walkover for them, or do you really think that David Visa and the boys can really give a hard challenge to the Pakistani players?
Yeah, I think they will give a hard challenge. I'm not sure of the level of it, but I'm sure they will give a hard challenge. And for that, I just hope, like England did yesterday, we talked about England getting to bat first. Today, I feel Pakistan will get to bat first, and that will challenge how they play. Every side doesn't is not blessed with Josh Butler, so Pakistan will have to find their own ways, which I'm sure they will do because of the quality of the side. But I'm not going to rule out a Namibia getting the better of Pakistan. But again, favorites will be Pakistan. So let's see how it goes. But I think Namibia do have the bowlers to trouble Pakistan.
Absolutely, and Namibia
Yeah,
have really, complemented each other really well. And
yeah,
the way they've come up the ranks in the last
yeah,
6 months, it's been brilliant.
yeah,
David Vise from leaving South Africa now coming to Namibia, setting an example and making an example out
yep,
of Namibia cricket. That
yep.
these players are not just pushovers or just like a
Yes,
competition ka prize nahi hai. They are come here to win.
true,
So that
true.
is something that is brilliant. Now,
Yeah,
Nikhil, moving on to the first part of the second phase, that is picking your
yeah,
fantasy 11. Now, who are your
yes.
best 11 in this team? Not many familiar faces in the Namibian side, but a
Yeah.
lot to give you in fantasy. So, who are the 11 picks for you?
So again, like I always do, I'm going with the top order of both teams. Primarily, first is Pakistan. So wicketkeeper is Mohammad Rizwan. Zen Green has opened, has batted down the order, so I'm not sure of his exact returns that
Right.
are possible. So Rizwan is my only wicketkeeper in the batting section. Obviously, I have Babar Azam. He is the leading run scorer for Pakistan. I think at the venue, Abu Dhabi averages about 59 here. So just no
Wow.
brainer that you have to pick Babar Azam. Fakar Zaman is due a big score. Even the last game, he looked good. Rashid Khan troubled both of them, but that's happened. That is the skill of Rashid Khan. So those are the Pakistan batsmen for me. From Namibia, I've gone with Craig Williams. He's been
Right.
there, done that for Namibia for a long time now, and hopefully he'll continue to do good. He's averaging 30, which is fair for somebody batting at the top of the order. So that is my batting section. The all-rounder section is filled with Namibian all-rounders, like I have done. I have not taken Wasim or Shadab Khan. I've gone with David
Okay.
Vise. I've gone with Jay Smith as my second option, and Jan Nicole Lofton is my third differential pick today because again there will be a bit of credit issue today because you will want to pick all the key Pakistan players in terms of Babar Azam, Rizwan, Zaman, and the bowlers. So
Right.
there will be one player that will have to punt on, and again Nicole Lofton, Nicole Lofton the reason for him being there is because he bowls leg spin, and we
Right.
saw him trouble Afghanistan in the last game. I feel, and also he batted up the order. So if he's going to do a similar role, then he becomes a handy option. Or you can obviously always pick somebody batting lower or lower down the order, or a bowler from Namibia. So that is one differential
Amazing.
pick that I have today. From the Pakistan side, I've taken all three pacers: Hassan Ali, Shaheen Shah
Wow.
Afridi, and Haris Rauf. Again, they've been in form, they've been hunting as a pack. So those three definitely are in my side. And Trumpelman, the guy who's been the golden arm at times for
The trump
Namibia,
card.
especially the trump card. So especially while bowling first, I think that will become a very interesting pick because if he takes out the top three that are there in the side, this game's
Game
this
over.
game will light up. This game will light up, and hopefully,
Absolutely.
it will be a crazy game to watch out for. Again, the captain, vice captain here are obviously Mohammad Rizwan as my vice captain, uh, because Azam is my captain. As I said, Azam averages about 50 at particular venue, so he's done well. He knows how to come good, and he's someone who doesn't take risks that often. So it's a safer
Right.
call to go with Babar Azam, and he takes a lot of catches. Last game too, he took I think 2 to 3 catches. So that's
Right.
always handy. And
Babar Azam.
Mohammad Rizwan again as my vice captain. But again, this is made in a way that Pakistan are bowling first. So Shaheen Afridi is my predominant vice captain in terms of my first choice. But if they're
Okay.
chasing, I'll go with Mohammad Rizwan as my vice captain. So which is why, as
Yes.
of now, you're seeing Shaheen Afridi as my vice captain because if Pakistan bowl first, he'll do the damage for them early on.
The silent assassin. The way he
Yeah,
celebrates and just he smiles, he has
yeah,
nothing to say. It's just his
Yeah.
face does the talking and his game does the
Yes.
talking. So this is
Yep.
a brilliant side. Now
Yep.
in this Babar Azam, you picking him as a captain. Do you think
Yeah.
that Pakistan have over reliance on this one man, and if he doesn't click, I'm just wondering there will be a day when Babar Azam doesn't click, Mohammad Rizwan doesn't click.
Yeah.
What will happen to Pakistan cricket? What then?
Yeah. I think it is something that happens with most sides, right? I mean, you talk about India, you want your top order in Rahul or one of Rohit and Virat to come good. If you're
Right,
talking about Australia, you want Maxwell or Warner or Finch to come. So every team, because the format is such, you pack your best bets in at the top of the order. You are always going to rely on them far more in terms of their returns, and
well
because
said.
these two
Yeah,
guys are somebody who don't take that much risk, banking them is a lot less riskier because you know they are not going to swing across the line eyes closed. So it
right.
just makes them that much more safer. Yes, as I said, Pakistan will want somebody else to step up, say in Zaman, or because Asif Ali has also done well. The only two
Yeah, he
guys
has.
left to do a bigger role are probably Mohammad Hafiz and Shoaib Malik, but again, they are experienced, so their roles
Yeah.
will help them perform better. So I think they should be fine. But again, top order is always relied on by most teams. So yeah,
Absolutely. I'm just worried that
yeah.
the day doesn't come that what India did in 2019 World Cup. They played well
Yes,
throughout the openers, and then in
yeah,
that one New Zealand game where it actually mattered, all the top three got
yeah,
out early. So that is something that is
yeah,
going to be tested for the Pakistanis in
yeah.
the coming games. Now moving on to the
Yep,
Sports Adda Fantasy, where you have to pick your
yep,
top five. I'll tell you the rules once again. We just saw it a while ago, but just to
yep,
all our viewers who've tuned in, you have to head to sportsadda.com. You have to
yep,
select the game that you want to play. Create your five-a-side team, two batsmen, two bowlers, and one all-rounder. There's no budget limitations, so you can pick all the best players, best five players. The captain's points will be doubled, so choose that wisely, and you can make unlimited changes before the first ball is bowled and before the start of the game. So that is something that is in your advantage. There is no time restriction when it comes to the deadline. Now,
yep,
allocating players according to the performance that will be done by the fantasy cricket, the panel. There's a challenge that you can create in which you can send the code to your friends and play with them, and the
yeah,
leaderboard will be generated daily and weekly. End of the tournament, whoever does well can win an exciting merchandise signed by Brett Lee. So please click on the link below and join fast and just you know take it fast, take all the hampers fast.
yeah.
Now, Nikhil, tell me,
Yes.
who are your top five picks for this game?
Again, as I always do, as a sounding sorry for sounding like a broken record, but I'll go with form of Babar Azam and Rizwan as my two
Right,
batsmen. I feel Namibia's batsmen, the all-rounders are more reliable in that sense. So I've gone with Pakistan heavy lineup here as well. The two bowlers here, as I do always do, Shaheen Afridi and Robil Trumpelman. One new ball bowler from
nice,
each side. Both are left armers, so they can make an impact. And my all-rounder remains David Vizay. So
good
it's
call.
again a Pakistan heavy side because I expect them to bowl first and do better as we discussed earlier, which is why my main team had Shaheen Afridi as the vice captain. Overall, you can probably bank on Azam more as your general five-a-side captain, but if Pakistan bowl first, you can go with Shaheen Afridi as well if you want to go down that route.
Wow, so you're telling people to go all out if they have that gut
Yeah.
in them.
Yes.
Brilliant, brilliant. Now, Aniket, moving on to the man of the match predictor. Now, before we
Yep.
go on to that, again, I would like to explain some rules to the people who are
Yep.
just tuning in and who do not play this, who have not played this yet. So, man
Yep.
of the match predictor, basically, you get 100 coins. You can choose a maximum number of 10 people, or you can choose one. It's upon you. Then, entries cannot be changed. Once you made an entry, that is your pick. You cannot change, so choose it wisely, and the player who wins man of the match has to be in your picked predictor. Only then it makes sense, else it would be just a moo point.
Yes.
Now, moving on, coins will be allotted, and player, you know, points will be given according to the players.
Hmm.
Leaderboards will be changed after every match day. Top five at the
Yep.
end of the tournament shall be announced as winners, and you will receive an email from Sports Adda, and you can win a
Yep.
lot of prizes, so signed goodies by
Yes.
Brett Lee and God knows what all. So, what are you waiting
Yep.
for? Just go out there and play. Now,
Yep.
pick your man of the match predictor, Nikhil. Who will it
Yeah.
be in today's game?
Last game I did not go with Rizwan because I thought he'll not do well and he didn't. So today he's back. Mohammad Rizwan is my first pick with 30 coins. So he is the first option. The second option is obviously Babar Azam with his phenomenal average at the venue. So 20 coins for him. 20 coins for the left armer who I think will take wickets here. So Shaheen Shah Afridi is my next option with 20 coins. Again, it's a
Lovely.
house full today. So David Wiese, because he's playing a key role, especially if Namibia bowl first. That guy bowls the important overs, takes crucial wickets. So 20 coins for
Right.
David Wiese and 10 coins for one guy that hasn't taken a lot of wickets here. He's taken 16 wickets in 12 games at this venue. Hassan Ali is my last pick with 10 coins. So again, Hassan Ali could also
Nice.
be a differential captain if you want to take in terms of your normal fantasy sides, both 5 and 11. So yep, these are my options for the day.
Fantastic. The man of the match predictor looks really good. Rizwan makes it back to the cut. He'll be very
Yeah.
happy somewhere sitting in Abu Dhabi being like, Nikhil ke team mein aa gaya main, bhai mera kaam ho gaya. So brilliant, Nikhil. Now, talking of this
Yes.
game, do you think that,
Yep.
Pakistan will have some changes in the team, or will they really go for the same 11 and not make any changes here? Because they too need to try and test their weak points and get them much stronger before they go to the knockout stages.
Yeah, I think the one thing that will they will be eager to do is probably win the toss and bat, as we
Yeah,
discussed earlier. That you will want to test yourself. England yesterday were in a similar kind of situation until Josh Butler took them through. Morgan played an important role because he was not in form, so he came up the order. So today as well, I will not be surprised if if Pakistan they don't change the order, but I think they'll play a bit differently if they're batting first. Somebody like a Hafiz or a Shoaib Malik could be used in terms of matchups to go after the Namibian bowlers because Namibia have a lot of options. Last game, I think Bernard
right, right.
Scholes did not even bowl enough overs, so
Yes,
they have a lot
yes,
of
yes, yes.
options. So what they will want to do is see how good in rhythm the other guys are to do a specific role. If say they are batting first, and because while bowling they have a set template, it's a very good side. So I don't think bowling will be that much of a shuffle, but I'm sure batting they'll want to fix a few chinks if they are there.
Absolutely. And even in bowling, they've got six bowling options. Even a Mohammad Hafiz and
Yeah.
even Shoaib Malik can roll his arm over. So
Yep.
they've got plenty of options. Babar Azam has got this golden touch in him at the moment.
Yeah.
Everything he's doing is turning to gold. So good
Yep.
luck to Pakistan. You've predicted that Pakistan
Yes.
might win this game and
Yep.
go, 4 out of 4 wins like England has. So big
Yep.
game for them. Namibia have a lot to prove because it's a tough task for them. So thank you,
Yeah.
Nikhil. Now, once again,
Yeah.
to all our viewers, we are on social media. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can just have a look at it and go and follow us on Sports Adda. And I'll repeat the
Yep.
question once again, which I asked earlier in the day and also
Yep.
in between the show, that who is the most capped player for Pakistan? Now, guys, it's pretty simple. Just go on YouTube, go on this video, and write in the
Yes.
comment section who the player
Yes.
is. And one lucky winner who gets the answer right can win a merchandise, exciting merchandise signed by Brett Lee.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's the best chance. One of the best players,
Yep.
the most good-looking. Our ambassador is out there
Yes.
waiting to give you signed
Mm.
merchandises. So, just what are you
Yep.
waiting for? Go ahead. Now, Nikhil, finally, thank you so much for joining with me on Fantasy Adda. To all our
Yep.
viewers, we'll be coming back again at 3 p.m. on Crick Adda, where we'll be
Mm.
talking in depth about the games that are going to be
Yeah.
played. So tune in at 3 p.m. And Nikhil, I'll see you tomorrow at Fantasy Adda, where we will discuss more tips, tricks, and predictions about
Yes.
how to make your best 11, best 5, and man of the match
Mm.
predictor. So thank you. This
Yeah.
was Fantasy Adda Live. Take care. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.